Hello, my loves. It's me, psychic medium Daniel Monroe, and
Mama Kori.
we're back. We had a miss last week, but we're here this week talking about something that some of us don't want to admit, but it's true. Just healing isn't cute anymore. It's just, it's not. It's not cute. I don't think it ever was cute.
It's tough.
Yeah. But the thing is about healing is there's healing and then there's identity. So there's times that we have to pause and not try to fix other people, right? That's one of the biggest things that a lot of us run into is we want to fix other people, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to help them. But in reality, we have to start challenging ourselves to not do that. Now, listen,
That's a challenge.
It is a challenge, and I'm a control freak, and I know like I like things done a certain way in a certain time in a certain structure, but in reality, I can't like obsess over it when it is certain things that I can't jump through, certain hoops or other people are involved and, whatever the case may be. But we have to start asking ourselves, like, why do some people become addicted to healing? And why do people become addicted to wanting to fix other people? Now, there's so many different walks of life that come through my doors for classes or private readings and things like that. And some people lately have become uberly obsessed with healing and retreats and this and that, but then also turn around and say, I'm a healer, I'm this, I'm that, yet that's part of their new flow or new, I don't want to say addiction, but sort of like their new addiction, their new, oh, this makes me feel good, so I'm going to go and do it for other people, when yet they're not even fully healed yet. Or that becomes their new replacement of whatever it is because they still don't want to face the true issue. They want to go to these different classes or go to these different groups or go to X, Y, and Z. But in reality, you still haven't dealt with the issue.
You haven't perfected it for yourself.
Yeah, and not even
Or
perfected
taken
it.
enough education.
Right. Well, and not that, like, you still are crying at the drop of a hat, and yet you're over here becoming a new spiritual healer or social media healer or whatever the case may be. Or there's this one. You're gaslighting me. That's the one that's really irking me. No matter what it is, who it is. Like, I had this one situation with a friend, and the whole entire time where she was like, listen, you and I aren't on the same page anymore. Can you let me know why? And I was like, I'd rather not. Like, I'd rather not go there.
Mhm.
But in reality, she kept saying, like, hey, let's have that conversation. I was like, okay, if we have that conversation, I want you to know, like, no matter what, I still love you. And in reality, this is what's happened, X, Y, and Z. And then she was like, oh, there you go again. You're just gaslighting me. I'm like, okay, this is now become your new verbiage of every single response, every single excuse, because you don't want to face X, Y, and Z. So people have turned healing into a crutch and into an excuse. They're using that verbiage of, oh my gosh, that's narcissist behavior. When in reality, there truly are people who are dealing with people who are narcissists, but
We're dangerous.
and it sucks. And some people nowadays are using those verbiage of, this is triggering, you're very narcissistic, you're gaslighting me. What's the other one, Kori?
I don't know. You know what I want to do? I just want to go define gaslighting.
Yeah.
Because I want to know how I'm doing it and what I'm doing and define what I'm doing.
Yeah. When in
And they'll be
reality,
like, it's a catchphrase. I don't know.
yeah. And it's like, well, you're gaslighting me because I don't want to accept what happened. That literally was the conversation. Like, I don't want to accept what happened. And it's like, well, that's not gaslighting. Like, this is why you're feeling uncomfortable. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gaslighting you. That means this is why you're feeling uncomfortable.
Well, don't you think there needs to be a new rule? Like, if you call me something, you have to give me what you think it is.
Yeah.
Because there are people that are making accusations that it's not even what it really is.
Right. And that's the other thing. People go through this healing to feel a part of something, which that's what true healing is for. Now, I'm not saying, and Daniel Monroe is not out here going, don't come to my classes because we have classes coming up, so you better show up. But I'm not saying like, oh, don't go to classes and don't do that, be solo. Like, no, go and be a part of that community. But be aware that there are people now that are, we call them the pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. And it's like, no, we need you to take a step back. Like somebody else needs this moment for healing. Somebody else needs this moment to share. Somebody else needs this community and this peace and this moment of true healing. But it has become some people's personality traits.
Yeah.
Like Kori and I get along because we don't talk mediumship and dead people 24/7. We don't. Or paranormal or animals, even though we love animals, don't get us wrong. Like we don't fixate on one thing. It's not our identity. It's a part of who we are. It's not who we are.
Yeah, we take time to enjoy our environment
and our friendship.
If it happens to be a restaurant or a store, so be it.
Or Sheen.
Or Sheen or a catalog or watching a movie, but we're in the moment.
Right. And we're enjoying the friendship, and it's not our self-development becoming our self-obsession. Develop and grow to heal, develop and grow to be able to break away from the wounds. But here's the thing, those wounds that you've healed from are no longer your 100% identity. They have changed you and transformed you into who you are today. Give that its gratitude and move forward. Don't sit here and go, well, I'm triggered because of X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, if you're triggered, then honey, chances are that you're still needing to take time to heal. You don't need to take the time to put it out there 24/7. And the other thing is we actually have to ask ourselves, like, are we truly healing or constantly searching for what's wrong with us? Do you see the difference? Like, okay, I want to attend this class because I want healing. I want to attend this class because I need to be able to, close this chapter. But nowadays, because, we have social media and it's, hot girl summer and this and that, everything is becoming a trend. And it's like, oh my, I remember back in the day when sound baths weren't a thing. And then you see one of the Kardashians up there doing it. And now everybody and their mother is like, oh my gosh, I want to do that sound bath. I want to do it. Which, don't get me wrong, I love a good sound bath. Okay. And we offer them here at the Spirit Center. But what I'm saying is, don't be like, okay, well, I have to go to the next one because, I'm triggered and blah, blah, blah. Like, use it as a tool, not a crutch, not an excuse. Not like, oh my gosh, this one gets me, and this might irk some of you, and I'm sorry if it does, but this one, you ready, Kori? Oh, because I'm an Aries. Because I'm an Aries. Oh my gosh, that's your Pisces rising attitude, honey. Like, no. If you're going to be a bitch, it's not because of your sign.
I just committed a murder, but that's my Scorpio rising.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Although, hold on, let me patch him up. I'm an Aquarian.
Yeah, it's not an excuse. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because Virgo problems. Yes, Heather. Hi, Kim. Hi, Susan. Hello. Come on in and say hello, Brian, my love. How are you? So here's what I'm saying. I learned this by adopting the boys, right? So the boys, obviously, like, they are my great nephews technically, but they are now my sons through and through, right? Nobody is going to break that bond. But I went through this in the beginning, and this is going to be a little roundabout way, but bear with me. I went through, oh my gosh, what if they don't bond with me? Oh my gosh, what if they grow up to be like we don't even call them parents because they have no title to that, but they're donors. What if they grow up to be like their donors? But then you have to realize that it's not DNA, it's also environment. That is the biggest thing, the bonding, the personalities, the love that they have, the love that everyone gives them. It truly does shape your child. So it's the environments that's shaping them. It's the love that they have. So when I started realizing that and reading about like what it's going to be like to bond with an adopted child or children, that's when it clicked for me. Yes, it's written in your stars and there's personality and energetic attraction and things like that. But you're not sitting here breaking up or going through multiple partners because you're a Virgo. Like, it is a personality thing. And so that's the thing, that now we have spiritualism and we have the apps and we have the horoscopes and we have the online courses, which Daniel Monroe is getting ready to launch. Get ready. We have all these things, but here's the thing. That's not your excuse. It's not your crutch. It's not your identity. It's a part of you. Yes. Me being an Aries is a part of me. Me having certain traits and things to be aware of. Absolutely. But you don't get to continue doing X, Y, and Z to be like, that's okay, main character energy, because so-and-so's a Virgo. Like, no, like, that's not cute. Healing that way is not cute. True healing, absolutely. That's beautiful. It's sacred. It's stunning when done correctly. But when you're doing it, like, this one's going to irk some other people too. Okay, you ready? You ready, Kori?
I am some other person.
You guys know, Kori knows, like, yeah, I have social media. We post, we have it all scheduled and this and that and marketing and blah, blah. That's part of being a business owner, right? But I have very sacred moments with my babies, or I have sacred situations happening now that I'm, making sure that my babies spend time with my aunt who's in the hospital, and I have photos of them and blah, blah, blah. Those are private photos. I'm not sitting here grabbing my phone, crying in the hospital, taking a selfie, and then posting it of me crying, going through something. No, don't get me wrong. I've cried like 17 times this past week because it's sad what my aunt's going through. And we'll get into that later. It truly is sad. It's heartbreaking. It's a lot of pressure that somebody put on their own son, meaning me, to deal with by myself. And so, yes, I have gone emotional. I have cried, but I'm healing and I'm dealing with it. And I am healing, and I'm journaling, and I'm, taking the time for spirit and taking times with family and friends. And Kori, giving me extra TLC right now. Like, I have my support friends that I'm calling. I'm not going on social media and posting me in the hospital holding my aunt's hand, me in the hospital crying, and her holding my babies. Like, I'm having those moments. One day I might share them, but I'm not instantly sitting here like live streaming while somebody is going through something.
Something that tragic. And this just a little side note. I remember in the hospital like that.
Kori.
And somebody films me, I will live and I will come get you. And if I die, I will come haunt you.
But you know what I mean? Like, I see it all the
Yeah.
time. Like, yes, post pictures of you holding your loved one's hand.
Yes, that's it. But if my nails aren't done,
just cover it up. You better AI it. No, but what I'm saying is, yes, you can post those moments. Go for it. But don't do it in the moment.
yeah.
Don't do it because it looks cute. Do it as, and if you guys know, like, I'll post things here and there, and it's a beautiful, like, life lesson learning thing. When I feel called to 7 months from now, not in the moment, because in the moment, you do need to heal. In the moment, you need to be in that moment to be aware, to feel, to go through the different stages of grief, to go through what it is that you need to heal, and to be aware of what it is that's coming up. Not because, oh my gosh, I'm so sad. And then, OMG, today's the day that I really did X, Y, and Z. Boom, on to the next. Where is
sale at Target?
where is the, and then you're scrolling on TikTok. Like, where is the moment of sacredness? Where is the moment of pausing for a moment and truly feeling those things? I was raised by my grandparents, and you can't ever say they weren't mom and dad. Yeah, see?
Yeah, true.
So that's what I mean by, healing isn't cute. Healing is healing. Healing is messy. Healing is vulnerable. Healing is, dare I say it? Okay, I'll say it. Healing is like, if you're going to love your body, love your body. But I don't need to see you posting selfies in a bikini or a G-string 77 times a week to also upsell your courses of empowerment. Like, you can go about it a certain way. You can go about empowering. Like, yeah, post it. I'm all about body positivity. Absolutely. Go for it. Go for it. But don't let it become your identity. Don't let it become every single thing that you post. Don't let it be a marketing thing. Don't let it be something because you're like, oh, I've done healing and this is why and blah, blah, blah. But let me get compliments of me and my G string. And it's like, I don't know how empowering, letting go of emotions and letting go of grief and letting go of, rage and anger has to do with you being in a G string. But because it's cute and it's marketable, like it truly, like when you have a marketing person approach you and they see that you're a hot doctor, it doesn't go, hey, let's talk about how much, training you've had and how many certificates you had. It's, can you take off your shirt right quick so we can film you walking into your office? That's literally what marketing is these days.
That's how I pick my doctors.
Yeah, Jesus.
Kaiser, come on.
Yeah. Kaiser needs to step it up. Yeah. But you guys know what I mean? Like, I'm not here, negative Nancy tonight. Because here's the thing. Let me ask you guys a question. If everything in your life was suddenly okay, would you even know how to relax? Would you be okay with not picking up your phone and just being in the moment? I had a moment of crying and I closed up shop early and I went home and I sat down with my babies and we were in the grass and we were on the little blanket having a little picnic moment. I took photos. It was beautiful. You know what? I go back to those photos and I stare at it every day. I haven't posted them yet. I will eventually. But it's not like that is so sacred to me. And in that moment, I truly needed it. Kori told me, Daniel, lock up shop, go home, go love on your babies.
Yeah, they're only little for a little time.
And in that moment, I needed to relax. I took the photos for a memory. I didn't take the photos to post it and be cute and upsell something. So that's what I mean by like healing isn't cute anymore. Yeah, it was great and it was on this new trend and us posting constantly and doing all these things in the moment and crying and making that video or whatever. Yeah, it was great. Now we have that space to talk about healing because again, healing and dealing with your wounds, it was, you deal with therapy and you don't even tell anybody you're in therapy. Now it's like, oh my gosh, I did this in somebody told me that they graduated therapy. That's not a thing either. I believe everybody should be in therapy. And if you got to go to 77 different therapists, go for it. But you don't graduate therapy. That's wild. You might outgrow a therapist and you're ready for the next challenge. Do what?
Therapy you.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't know how to relax, but yes, no phones and no TV. Yeah, you have to. And that's the thing. We're always on the go. We're always like, let's do it for the gram. I'm like, no, let's do it to actually heal.
Oh.
What?
I'm like, no.
No.
No. I mean, if I'm going to do it for the gram, it's going to be graham crackers with marshmallow, a little bit of chocolate on a fire.
Because here's the thing is like the attention we receive from our wounds is what happens when healing changes how people relate to you. Mm-hmm. Some people receive love through being the rescuer. Some people receive attention through being the victim. Some people receive validation through struggling. What happens when you no longer need those roles? The question is, and I'm asking all of you, who are you if people can't save you anymore? Who are you? Yeah. Now, listen, when I was younger, absolutely. I was the kid that would punch the wall so my mom would come back in, spank me again because that was the only way I would get attention. Now I'm like, I don't even want to have a 5 to 10-minute conversation with certain people because I don't like their energy just disrupts my peace and I don't need to be their savior anymore. Like I was just on the phone the other day and somebody started crying and I was like, okay, cool, moving on. Because it's not my role anymore. That's not my identity anymore. My babies, I'm their savior. I'm their rescuer. I'm their everything. I'm the alpha and omega to these boys. I'm just joking. But I don't have it in me to be that for somebody who's a grown adult that should have been that for me. It's no longer my identity. So I want you guys to ask yourself, who would you be if people didn't come to you anymore for you to save them? Who would you be if you started saying no? Or if you were on the other end of that, let's be honest, sometimes we are, who would you be if people can't save you anymore?
Story time.
Story time.
Story time. I took care of my mom in her end years. And then as soon as my mom passed, my father moved here and I took care of him. So 2 years. So that's 4 years of my life that I was a constant caregiver I was a constant parent to my parents. And after my dad passed, I was joking, but not joking to my sister. And I was like, I have to go get another old person because I don't know what I'm going to do with my time. And it was kind of true. I was so at that time so used to trauma and trying to heal that person that I forgot to heal myself. And I got really sick. I got very, very sick because I ran myself down running after, and then I didn't take time to heal myself. So it's very, very important. So I quietly worked on myself. Nobody knew what I was going through except for my doctors, you know. But I feel I was kind of addicted to the caregiving part of it. And there was drama. Oh, there was high drama and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
could have had a show.
She could have.
I could
It's
have
called
had a show.
America's Most Wanted. I'm just joking. Is that show still around?
It's called Aquarius Out.
Yeah, Aquarius Rising. But that's the thing, like, why people get angry when you change. Like, have you guys noticed that? People will get so angry.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to lie. People don't like being called out when you're like, hey, you're kind of being bitchy. Ryan's probably going to start counting how many times Daniel cusses. But here's the thing. Why do some people celebrate your growth while others start to resent it? I literally had this conflict happen on Mother's Day. No, a week after Mother's Day. And somebody tried to throw in my face, oh, and you just go to California and you leave your babies. I go to California for work for literally 5 days at a time, every 3 to 4 months, 5 months, sometimes once a year for work. And I'm on the earliest flight out and the last flight in, so I can literally wake up to be with my boys. I've even changed flights. What, 2-3 times, Kori?
Mhm.
So I can come home sooner to my babies. But the thing is that individual knew that me going to California for work and doing these things was such a huge, like, up step in my career. And again, I've been able to meet some pretty amazing celebrities and read some pretty amazing celebrities and be in the same room as billionaires. And read a billionaire. And this individual knew that that was a dig to me because I am growing and I'm leveling up. And it was like this slap in the face because this individual knew like that my babies is one of like the biggest things of why I work so hard, but also work even harder to make sure I balance enough time with them. And it's crazy how when you call out other people, they have instant like resentment. They have instant like, hey, I don't like that you're growing. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. When it could be this simple. If I get called out, I'll go, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's okay to say you're sorry. And it's okay to realize, give the person that's actually calling you out a bit of credit or grace or whatever, and like either go, how exactly am I doing it? Or I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was being abrasive. I didn't realize I was shutting you off or shutting you down. I'm truly sorry. I care about you. I don't realize I'm putting you through it. Why can't you apologize and mean it instead of sorry?
Right.
That one gets me. That's like I just want to stab the back of your hand with a fork.
Oh my God.
I mean, not hurt you, but
Jesus. That's not healing for you.
Well, they don't have to heal. It's a plastic fork.
It's a plastic fork. Okay.
Kind of a spoon.
As a spork?
Yeah, spork. Just in case you got to paddle them on the back of the hand.
Here's the thing. People don't like boundaries. They don't like getting their way. And they don't like seeing other people succeed. Dare I talk about today? I'm going to. I don't care anymore. Ryan, cover your ears. So today I got a 1-star review randomly from somebody. I was like, who is this? So I looked up the client's name. The client came to me 6 years ago. 6 years. Keep that in mind.
I've been holding that grudge for a long time.
6 years ago, mind you, Daniel Monroe just opened his own metaphysical shop just launched a bunch of stuff, getting ready to launch more. I work with some amazing, mediums in the industry. I work on course development for an amazing medium. I again have leveled up. I've adopted babies. Like all of this is now public. Recently, somebody in one of like the Vancouver pages asked for a local psychic medium, and so many people went in there and recommended me and my new metaphysical shop, all of this stuff, which I'm so grateful for. And it's ironic that this one person who's also a psychic goes and writes me a 1-star review. You guys can go look it up. I don't care. Because I can't even respond to it. That's the crazy part. Because of moving and stuff, Google hasn't like verified my location. So I can't even go and respond to it. This individual came to me 6 years ago. I had something called H flu, literally H flu, which is the same bacteria that's basically like pneumonia. And I couldn't talk. And this individual had to get rescheduled. And then when it was time for their appointment, mind you, this was in 2020, when it was time for this individual's appointment, she started having internet issues and Zoom issues. And again, technology happens. Like literally right before this, Ryan was telling me, my producer, hey, your internet's not doing great. You're going to have to do X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. It was a whole thing. And we can't control that. We're just like, well, we'll see what happens. If it happens, it happens. Cool. So she was having internet issues, or I was having internet issues. I don't know. All I know that it's notated for my assistant that we offered her the very next day, like, hey, there's something going on with the internet. We don't know if it's your end or our end. Can we offer you tomorrow? The very next day, tomorrow at this time, blah, blah, blah. She refused to get rescheduled. She wanted a refund. She wanted this. And we said, unfortunately, there are no refunds. We're trying to accommodate this. Is there a date and a time that does work for you? We'll even do weekends, blah, blah, blah. I really go above and beyond whenever I have to reschedule clients. And people don't know that. Kori knows that I literally will come in on my days off. I will do it late at night. I will do it on a weekend. I honor it. And this individual 6 years later goes on there, sees that other people have wrote 6 years, you guys, saw that other people are also complaining about not getting a refund because they're choosing not to allow me to reschedule them. I'm one Daniel Monroe, right? I can't hand you off to Kori. I can't hand you off to one of my other practitioners because they're not me. Right? They don't have my gifts and abilities or my spirit library. Like you people are choosing to come to me. That's why it's in my disclaimer. Like if I snap my ankle tomorrow, I have up to 1 calendar year to see you. Because what if I'm out of commission for 6 months? Or what if one of my boys is going to have to have surgery? Or both of them actually are going to have surgery. And one of them is going to have an additional one. I'm going to take time to be home with my babies. But you guys want me to be accessible, so you're allowed to book up to 1 calendar year. You can go and book an appointment 2 years from now. But a lot can happen within that 6 months or 3 months. So I can either shut down my booking system and only open it once a month, which that's going to be hell, or you guys can go and pre-book several months in advance, but know if something happens, I might have to reschedule, right? That's how it works. It's in there. It's not a shock. You don't have to pay in full. You can just pay the deposit if you're worried about it. It's in there. I say that to say this individual, literally today, 6 years later, sees all this is happening. I also believe that maybe she also got tagged in this social media post and everyone else was like recommending me. And it was, again, super sweet. I'm so grateful to all of you. She decides to go and write me a 1-star review because I was sick. And then there was the internet issue. And calls me disgusting, a disgrace to the psychic community. What was the other one, Kori? A scam. And there was some other thing. And that other intuitives like herself don't do this and blah, 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 right? She has availability like next week. My next availability is 3 months out. So here we are 6 years later. Clearly we have the Spirit Center, my metaphysical shop. I have courses and classes and sold out shows and my amazing boys. And, I'm living life. She doesn't go in to mention how she would not see me the next day when the internet was good to go on her end or my end. She did not mention how we tried to accommodate on whatever date worked for her to be able to have the appointment. She didn't mention any of that. She went to go call me disgusting, shame another practitioner in this field, and then also kind of toot her own horn in the same conversation. Because again, we have a boundary. Again, somebody doesn't want to see another person succeed or celebrate their success. 6 years, you guys. And I'm pretty sure I pulled it up. She filed a dispute and she got her money back. She didn't even mention that. And I remember, and it's notated that she became so aggressive, cussed out my assistant, started cussing me out, and we said, we're not going to continue this anymore. And we blocked her. She no longer can book on our system. 6 years later, she decided to write a review because I'm over here progressing. Isn't that wild? So I say that to say a couple of things. One, go and write good reviews. You guys, I see so many clients a week, so many people at shows, so many students. Most of y'all have not even taken the time to go write a 5-star review. We get it. Life happens. We don't give credit where credit's due. A lot of times anger or frustration is what fuels us the most instead of like, oh my God, that was an amazing reading. So go and don't wait until you go and write a negative review. Go write a positive review. I have clients that have been to me for 6, 7 years, 10 plus years. They haven't even read a review, a positive review. But the moment I'm like, hey, I'm sick. I'm currently sick right now, you guys. I literally have been dealing with my aunt in the hospital all day long, every 10 minutes, and trying to like navigate life. And I'm still like showing up. I'm still doing what I need to do. And people don't see that. But I'm also getting emails from people going, oh my God, thank you so much. You have a class happening this week and the manifest your intentions. You've really changed my life. I love that. I appreciate that. But chances are those people haven't went and wrote a review, a positive review. But when I have to take a moment or take a beat, it's instantly threatened. So I say that to say, healing comes in many different shapes and forms. Healing also comes when it's a mutual, energetic flow. And healing isn't something that you get to demand. Healing isn't something that you get to freak out over. Healing is something that you get to have in a sacred moment, a sacred setting with a sacred person, right? Now, when we are hit with boundaries or we're hit with jealousy, always remember it's not how you say things. It's how, no, it's not what you're upset over. It's how you say it. So it's over, listen, if this individual wanted to have a different conversation, she could have called me, right? Another medium in the field or intuitive, whatever she calls herself. I don't even remember.
Well, she was blocked.
No, not on the phone, in the booking system. Yeah, she can write an email. She can call me on the phone. She's just blocked in the booking system. But I say that to say, celebrate people. Don't sit there and have grudges. Don't wait until 6 years later to have an open conversation about something. 6 years, you guys. That's almost a decade. I literally was 23. I had to do the math. I'm slow at math.
That grudge could go to first grade.
Literally. Like, that's wild. I've always just been there in the background. If no one came to me for fixing, care, or to listen, I would just be that person over there. That is why I've cut those situations out of my life. And I guess what I sit here with my little dog, and it's simply blissful. I no longer am fixing everyone. I do catch myself slipping up every now and then. I put my time first. I say no, and I'm starting to expand my friendship as I feel comfortable pushing into those situations. Absolutely, Brian. Yeah. I love that.
Amen to the little dogs.
Yeah. But that's the thing. You get to set those boundaries. You get to say, hey, I'm no longer going to do business with this person, or I'm no longer going to, put up with that. Oh, and this individual also said, like, he should do X, Y, and Z because burnout is real. I don't have burnout with my job. I have burnout with humans. I have burnout with people who act this way and the negativity because I'm not going to participate in it. And the moment they don't get that reaction, all of a sudden they're throwing a hissy fit, right? So if you guys can, go write me a good review if you haven't on Google and Yelp and everywhere else. But no, it's true. And it's crazy. Like, I'm getting ready to turn off the Google reviews because I don't care. Yeah, like you guys won't be. That's the downside. You guys won't be able to Google Maps how to get to my office. You'll have to figure it out. Huh?
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, they go hand in hand. You can't just turn off reviews. And that's why it's on there. So you guys can just simply click directions and come to my office. But pretty soon you guys won't have that. And then pretty soon you guys won't have Daniel Monroe. I'll quit doing private readings. It's literally so close. We've had that discussion how many times, Kori? Yeah. I don't have to do private readings. I'm set up to where I don't need to. I get to. I'm honored to. I don't have to.
You get to.
I get to, and I'm honored to. And for the people who do write the reviews and have all the love and have all the understanding, like, I'm right there.
That's one of my favorite things in life is when I love the shows, because even though some people don't get readings, they're still healing. But to see somebody that comes in, and there seems like in every single show, there's that one person that was like drugged there basically, and they get a reading. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. She
And
meant to say dragged there, not drugged there.
Dragged.
That they were dragged to the show. So sometimes husbands or wives are like, you're going to go, or like a best friend, and they don't even know where they're going. They end up getting dragged to the show.
Yeah.
And then they end up getting a reading. They're like, oh my God.
And I love to see that light go on. And it's just amazing. I guess I attach to that energy, that positive glow. And when you see somebody's hurt start to just lighten up, I love that.
Yeah.
So let's share
Somebody asked me that today during like a private mentoring call. They were like, why did you, because I offer private mentoring, and you can book like a 15-minute consult to see if we're a good fit, and you can ask me all the questions and how it's going to work and blah, blah, blah. And I had a private mentor consult today. You guys, I'm literally second on Dayquil, so bear with me. And I was asked why. She goes, my last question for you. She goes, I'm super excited to work with you. My last question is, what made you want to teach? I love that question. I was like, you know what? It's that, oh my God, that moment where my students just spark up, brighten up, light up, and they're like, are you sure? Remember that one reading when somebody was like, I don't really know what to say. And I was like, just breathe, and whatever comes in, like, don't think about it. Just allow spirit, surrender to spirit. She was like, well, I see all these horses running, and there's this like apple tree. And the person she was reading started crying. And she was like, my dad had a horse farm or a horse ranch. And we used to go to this apple tree on the property and pick it. And it was one of my favorite memories. And the girl goes, shut up, no way. Like, she was so like, oh my God, are you sure? And that moment of it's clicking, and I'm honoring my soul, and I have this ability, and I get to help people, is the reason why I love teaching. And so I love that. I love that I was asked that today from the consultation.
And that's also a part of I love the show.
Yeah.
There'll always be somebody that's like, no, are you kidding? And they're just like so into it. Shut up.
Yeah, shut up. And I'm like, no, you shut up. Yeah.
That I live for those moments. I really do. I love those souls so much.
Yeah. And so like shows are so much fun. But I want to ask you the guys, all right? Brian says, our world is too people-y, I say. Sometimes, Brian, sometimes. Have you ever looked around and realized that nobody in your life truly knew the version of you that you're becoming? Have you guys ever realized that? That you look around and you realize that nobody in your life truly knew or knows the version that you're becoming, or that you are started to blossom into? Or has anyone ever accused you of changing when you're finally becoming yourself? They're just like, you're not the same person. It's like, no, that's my favorite. And I've said it for years. The butterfly looks to the caterpillar, and they're chit-chatting. The caterpillar looks to the butterfly and says, you changed. You're not the same anymore. And the butterfly says to the caterpillar, I know, you're not supposed to stay the same. And that is my most amazing, beautiful analogy in life. Like, we're not supposed to stay the same. We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to elevate. We're supposed to level up. And sometimes you can't, cater to those clients anymore. You can't cater to those people anymore. You can't cater to certain situations. Like, we sit here and we go back and forth and have conversations around, truly, if I'm going to continue doing private readings. It's a huge discussion that we're having. And one of the things is, well, I already charge a pretty penny, but I'm going to end up having to charge a prettier penny. So that way I don't have to deal with, 90% of this anymore. And I don't want to do that. Like, I already understand that I charge the most here in the Pacific Northwest, but I also give $100 off discounts here and there, and $50 or 50% off and all these things. But those are the options. Either I stop doing private readings and just focus on private mentoring and classes and shows, or I charge more and only take a few clients a week. And that's like the sad truth, but that comes with blossoming and growing and elevating. Because honestly, like people don't realize like moments like today, you want to talk about, healing isn't cute anymore. This reaction isn't cute for me anymore because you're going through something or you're having jealousy. Now, on top of everything I have going on, now I have to worry about this 1-star review of somebody lashing out 6 years later because they didn't get their way. And that's the truth of it. So you have to ask yourself, where do I separate from certain individuals or certain clients or certain, teachers or even mentors? I had a mentor that definitely took advantage of me. And she was like, this is great. I don't know. And I was paying her $300 a session. And then she was, going on her social media and blogs and YouTube channels and saying, spirit came to her and she channeled it. When in reality, I channeled it, paying her the price or her fee, and then asking her like, "Hey, this is great, but I don't know what's happening. I have this happening with mediumship and that happening with mediumship." And she go, "I don't know, but this is cool." I'm like, "That's not great. That's not a great feeling." But we have to like sit back and again heal and do it internally and feels what's comfortable for you. Not what people are commenting, not what other people are suggesting you do or, taking a poll and, commenting number one or number two. Like you have to go through that and what feels right in your heart.
Yeah, like Heather, she's like, yes, when I found my voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just aren't comfortable with that. I can remember one time somebody had made a mention, I was doing a change, a little evolving. You don't even wear the same perfume.
That's true.
It's true story.
I gave Kori a perfume and I was like, this smells like old lady perfume. And Kori's like, I love it. And then I gave it to her. And then later on, like what, years later, I'm like, oh my God, you smell amazing. What is that? She's like, Daniel, it's the one you gave me. And I was like, oh, I might want it back. Brian said, no, do not stop before I can afford and arrange for my private reading. I'm so anxious to get a reading with you one day. Oh, Brian, I love you. I will always honor a reading with you, Brian. I promise you. I promise you. But I want you guys to also ask, are you also in this in-between season? Now, it's okay to go through the ups and the downs and the things like that. And for those of you who are listening and watching tonight, don't be the person that wrote me, the 1-star review. Sit with it. What are you going through? Are you a little bit cranky? Now, listen, we're going to get real with you guys. The doctor started talking about putting me on a different medication. We won't say which one. And Kori said, listen, I've known friends that have been on that medication. So you and I need to create a safe word that if you become too irritable on this, I give you that safe word and you stop the medication. And I was like, okay. So I think we went with what, popcorn or something. Popcorn's always their go-to. But you have to ask yourself, like, okay, am I the irritable one? Am I going to be, like this person? And am I, raging out and I want to go and write a 1-star review 6 years later? Crazy. And blah, 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 blah. The story made me want to take my earrings off. 1 star? Oh, no. Yeah. You can go and find the individual and then also find their Google listing page like I did. But I digress. Yeah. But ask yourself, are you out here raging out and, I'm about to do a 1-star review 6 years later, or we have a gentleman who I opened the Daniel Monroe Spirit Center. His wife used to come to me for shows and classes, and I actually just saw her a few months ago. He went and wrote the Spirit Center a 1-star review because his wife would come to classes and this and that. He didn't agree with it, and he didn't this. And Daniel's a con artist and does shows, and it funnels into private mentoring, and it funnels into classes, and it funnels into that. First off, it's called business. Okay. That's not a scam thing. It's called a business strategy or a business like long-term goal. And yeah, I do shows that if people come to classes, what am I going to do? No, don't come to my classes that I'm offering. Go away. You came to a show. You can't come to a class. Like what? But I called the wife and she goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That was one of the many reasons why we're now divorced. And he's over here 5 years later, upset, divorced, saw that I opened up a spirit center And now, of all time, I called her and was like, honey, I just saw you like 3 months ago. Like, are you not happy with the session? And she's like, no, I'm getting ready to book another one. And she was like, oh, that's why, because I would come to your classes and I would love seeing how other people healed and this and that. I don't force you guys. I don't say, hey, once you sign up, you're, subscribe and paying me $99 a week. Like, what? You can choose. And so that's what this person was all been out of shape over. So ask yourself, are you rage baiting because you're going through something and you're now acting out? Sometimes we do that. Kori will literally give me a warning shot like, hey, I'm not having a good day. I'm like, okay, is there anything I can do? And she's like, well, I'll call you later. There's moments where I'm like, I'll talk to you later. And I just have to get off the phone. And we make up, we have a conversation, we move on. We don't sit in it. We don't rage bait. We don't send poisonous texts and unfriend each other for a day and all this. Also, you would have to call me and be like, Daniel, I'm so mad at you. Show me how to block you.
I don't know how to block it. I don't answer the phone.
Yeah.
The old school way.
The old school way.
Take it off the hook. That's how we used to block. And this is how we let people know we were mad. You hit that phone when we hang up, it'd be like.
Remember the Motorola razors and you could just like fold it? I love that.
The Pacific Bell, slam it down.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, those phones were so tough. You could drop them off of a building and they'd still ring.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
We'd throw them across the room at each other. My sister and I would get violent with that phone.
Oh my gosh.
My turn.
My turn. But here's the thing, like, yeah, healing can make you angry. It can. You have old wounds coming up, things like that. That's why I'm saying, like, don't rage bait and go write 1 stars and do this and do that and post all these things. Like, anger will come through after recognizing like childhood wounds. Anger, you'll start to realize how much you tolerated. Like, you'll get angry. Like, why did I go through that? Why did I put myself through that? Why did I allow that? Or anger will start showing up after you start understanding your worth. Like, why did I belittle myself? Why did I degrade myself and put up with X, Y, and Z and those people, those situations? Again, you can go through angry moments. Like this individual, who knows what's going through her, or maybe she's upset because people didn't recommend her enough. I don't know. I don't know her. I sound like Mariah Carey with J-Lo. I truly don't know her. But I want you guys to ask yourself, what were you angry about once you finally woke up? I know when I finally woke up and I started developing my gifts, and this is true talk, the age of 17, my thing that I was so angry about was, well, how come I no longer live at home and I'm no longer under my parents' roof? And I have 6 other siblings. I'm the youngest of 7 kids. How come not a single one of them now call me? And they know that I don't live there anymore. That was the first true thing I was upset and angry over. Why don't my siblings want a relationship with me now? Because their excuse before was, oh, because you live with mom or you live with your dad. You live with both of them. And then I would just be so upset. Like, why are you still not choosing me? And here I am, 17, on my own, eating from the Dollar Tree. And you can't even pick up the phone and say, hey, bro, how are you? Do you need anything?
And congratulations for getting away from a toxic situation.
Right. I remember my car, we were trying to figure out how to fix my car. And one of my brothers used to be a mechanic and go to school for a minute. And not a single, hey, do you need help? Like, we didn't have money. Like, the car was off of Craigslist. And I didn't have, a family member come through. So I had to sit with that and ask myself, like, why was I upset over that? And it was because I didn't feel not needed. I didn't feel loved. And I didn't feel like I mattered. And that feeling is something I promised myself to grow from and to level up from, and never to put that much eggs in someone's basket so that way I have to turn to them to make me feel accepted, and not even accepted, but loved and appreciated and cared for. I had to literally be like, you know what? If you don't care about me, then I'm not going to put, you know what my rule is? If I don't know your middle name or your birthday, I don't care. If I don't remember it, then we ain't that close. But I had to ask myself, why do I feel rejected? And and why would these people who I didn't grow up with, their rejection affect me so much? Why would I turn to them for advice these days? No, God, no. And so that's when I realized, like, I can't put my self-worth and my amount of human decency, if you will, and my own dollar amount, if you will, on somebody like that. I wouldn't sit here and be like, hey, will you go ahead and that rate the value of love that you have, or the value of a human that I contribute to this planet? Like, I wouldn't ask them. No. What is your, when you became spiritual and started waking up and realizing and taking a step back, that you got so angry about that you're like, what the hell?
I got defensive.
On what?
When I very first started going to hypnotherapy as a client, my mom blew a gasket. And it was helping me through panic attacks from childhood. And she didn't want to hear it. She couldn't understand why I would do such a thing. They're going to turn me against her. And then it turned into it was about her. It wasn't about me healing. It was about her being a bad mom. Well, right. Guess what? Janet, you were a bad mom.
Like, who's going to tell her?
Yeah, I mean, you had a lot. You got, you get a 3-star review.
Oh my gosh.
You lose 2 stars for a reason.
My mom used to do this one. Anytime it came up in therapy, I'm not joking, I had like 2 different childhood therapists. Anytime it came up in therapy and they were like, all right, time to bring your parents in, my mom was like, you're good. You don't need therapy anymore. And we would stop. We wouldn't go. She'd be like, I don't need to go. This is on you. No accountability, no nothing. So the person.
Cry. She didn't cry. She would get all shaky and throw the guilt trip at me and everything. And I'd be like, I've seen worse.
Yeah. But here's the thing. All right. There is the aspect of forgiveness. Yeah. All right.
I said she gets 3 stars, Daniel.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. But there is a moment of forgiveness. But I hate. And I know hate is a very strong word. Some of you are like, Daniel, no wonder why you got a 1-star review. You said hate. No, I truly do hate this. Forgive and forget. No. I call BS. Now listen, I'm all for the forgiving. But I'm not ever in one of my classes, in any of my private mentoring, even on my deathbed, would I say, forgive and forget. No. You can forgive, and you forgive for yourself, right? You let that stuff go. It's not going to do you any good holding on to that. And you learn from it. You don't forget it. You don't just, bat your eyelashes, but what's done is done. It's over. No, you don't forget it. Because here's the thing. You're going to get up and you're going to promise yourself that you're not going to allow somebody to put you in that situation. You're not going to allow somebody to take away your light anymore. And you're not going to sit here and forget so that way they can do it again to you. I call BS on that. So do not let people tell you in this industry or any type of self-help BS, forgive and forget and you'll feel better. No, you're going to forgive.
Cookie jar.
You're going to forgive for you, and you're going to forgive for your own sanity to be able to move forward. And you're not going to repeat those patterns with your babies, with your grandbabies, with your partners, with whomever. You're not going to continue those patterns, because I sit here and I hold so much life lessons, not even anger, life lessons, where I'm like, you know what? I'm seeing that I'm working so much and my kids are here. And I used to have to go to work and clean houses and milk cows because, my parents had all these different businesses. And that was I literally got told by my dad, 3 weeks ago? Oh, you were spoiled because we made you milk cows. What? I don't think you and I have the same definition of spoiled. And he was like, yeah, you didn't want to do something, so we made you do it. And now look, you know how to work. So you were spoiled. No, I'm going to forgive because I was dumb. But I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to
That's a life lesson you're not going to forget.
And I'm not going to sit here and push my kids to do something and force them to go to work with me if they don't want to do it. If they want to go and play sports. I wasn't allowed to go play sports. I was in cheerleading and I got forced to quit it. I was in modeling and acting in middle school and I was signed with an agency. And I got told, hey, Mama's getting ready to start a milking business. So let's go ahead and put your stuff on cancel. And I promise we'll pick it back up. That never got picked back up. It never did. So I forgive because I understand, like, yes, we did have to work. And that was one of our incomes. And we wouldn't have had food. I had a lot of responsibility on me as a child. However, I'm not going to forget it. Because now if my kids want to do something and they're passionate about it and they're saying, Dad, 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 I really want this, I will sell the store. I will quit being Daniel Monroe. I would do what I need to do so my little boys don't feel what I felt as a kid. So don't let people tell you forgive and forget.
And Daniel Monroe's going to have to pay for all that, so don't quit that.
Yeah, that's true. Daniel's going to have to pay for it.
It's not like you got to feed you like a cow.
Yeah. I won't
The
quit.
cows had to be fed, Daniel.
But you know.
Your mom's BS. The
Yeah.
cows need to be fed. You had to work because the cows had to eat.
Literally. But no, and obviously, I love being Daniel Monroe. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't sit here and make my kids be like, well, Daddy's going to choose him now, and then we'll circle back to you. I'm never going to have my kids feel that. So don't let people tell you, forgive and forget. No, forgive for you when you're ready. All right? But the thing is that forgiveness also comes with acceptance. And you have to ask yourself, are you ready to accept what's happened? That's what true forgiveness is, accepting what happened.
Yeah.
And will acceptance be enough for you? You have to ask yourself those questions. Will acceptance be enough for you? Because forgiveness sometimes is often oversimplified. That's why it's so nonchalant. Forgive and forget, move on. No, forgiveness has such a huge energetic power behind it. So asking yourself, are you ready to accept what has happened? And are you ready to accept being able to move on? And here's the other thing I want you guys to think about. Some people are not waiting for forgiveness. They're waiting to access you again. So when you go to forgive, again, you do it for you. You don't do it to be like, okay, I forgive you, so then they can do it again, so they can have access to you. You forgive when you're ready to accept it and you're ready to move on and implement those new boundaries. Do you have any added notes, Poodle? I know tonight Daniel's on a little rant. I like it. It's the day quill, honey.
And it's one of those things too that this is kind of like my belief. If you, let's say you get into it with someone and you decide, okay, I forgive, or we're done with this, then you have to be willing to walk away from you. It's not when you say, like, for me, if somebody forgives me, I don't want that shit brought up again. And you're mad at me again, you're gonna bring that up again. That means you didn't forgive me.
This is Kori's favorite. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
Let's have it out. Let's the mud, the blood, the beer, whatever needs to happen.
What?
The mud, the blood, and the beer.
Like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost?
No, that's country.
Oh, I've never in my days have ever heard that.
Oh, that's a Johnny Cash song.
Oh, the mud, the what?
The mud, the blood, and the beer.
What does that even
So
mean?
you fight it out. You get bloody, and you drink a beer afterwards.
Oh.
The mud, the blood, and the beer.
I wonder if that's where the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost came from.
Probably. But but still, back to it. Get it out. I mean, if you're mad enough to be mad, then have respect to the other person. Let them know why you're mad.
Yeah.
And have it out and have that true forgiveness. Doesn't mean you're saying you can do it again to me. It says, look, I acknowledge, I see it. Let's stop this behavior. And
don't do it again. And we're not going to allow it.
Let's move on. Can we move past this? Yes? Okay, we can move past it. It's not like you're going to have like a little eraser, like it went away, or or this or that. But yeah, sometimes your argument may last a day or two, but get it out.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Melissa says, I forgave the person responsible for the worst trauma in my life. I've never forgotten, but letting it go, releasing it was amazing. Good for you, Melissa. Truly. And it's not easy. That forgiveness, that like, hey, I'm going to forgive you for all of this, that's not easy.
No, and I'll tell you, story time. I had I had an abusive boyfriend. We were young, we were dumb, we were alcoholics. You know, we had all the bats going for us. And we split up, and I held that grudge for him for 20 years. And I mean, I held it, and you mentioned his name. I go, he's an asshole. And
I love that your face shirt.
I did. I did the whole thing. And then I had run into a mutual friend of ours, and he gave me his phone number. So I'm like, I'm gonna call him. And it kind of funny, it was at Christmas time. And I called, and he's like, is this Scrooge? You know, like the ghost. And
or is the Christmas past?
Yeah. And we ended up talking. He told me his side. I told him my side. He apologized. I apologized because there was a lot that I had done wrong too.
Yeah.
A lot on both sides. And you know what? It is as somebody took 20 pounds off of my soul because I was ready to be done with it. And we talked afterwards several times up until he passed away. Like I was the last person he talked to. And it felt good because how bad would I have felt if I found out that he died with my grudge?
Yeah. My God.
That would have been sad.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that for me, selfishly. I didn't get that cleansing. And that was really a gift. It was a gift.
So here's some rapid fire questions before we say goodnight tonight that I want you guys to start asking yourselves. So one of them is, what's something that healing took from you? What's something? I know like for me, healing took from me time, first off, because it took a lot. But honestly, it took away things that I never thought that I could talk about publicly and that I'm still uncovering and unraveling. So something that it took away from me is that fear of being seen, which is a good thing. What something healing gave you? It gave me my voice and it gave me that power. I used to be called a wallflower, you guys. Here I am on a podcast. I used to not be like, look at me, like, don't look at me. I'd sit in the far back of the class. I wouldn't, and literally every single teacher that I had growing up would be like, Daniel's such a wallflower. He barely talks. The other question is, what's a lesson you learned the hard way? What's something that you learned the hard way? For me, learning how to say no. Truly, I had to learn that the hard way because I would just keep going. I'm still learning it, honestly. And lastly, what's something you're still healing? Me, Kori has to kind of clock it. I'm not going to lie. We're going to be so real. Clearly, we're being so real this whole episode. Jesus, Ryan's probably like, stop talking. Is not going back into that little boy that wants parents' approval. No matter how much I've accomplished, no matter how much I've done, every so often I'm still dumb enough to invite my parents to come to a show that we've been asking for, 13 years. It doesn't matter what venue, it doesn't matter who I'm sharing the stage with, it doesn't matter. I'm always like, oh, maybe they'll come to this one because now maybe it's legit. So I always have to be mindful of not trying to get back into that little boy's mind frame and turning it into something beautiful. Like my boys don't even have to ask me. They're probably like, Dad, you can't come to this one. I'm like, I'm going to go to everything. But here's the thing. Before we say goodnight, the hardest part of healing is not facing your past. It's trusting yourself enough to stop living from it. So I'm going to say it again. The hardest part of healing is not facing your past. It's trusting yourself enough to stop living from it. All right? So don't try to ignore it. Don't try to live away from it. Don't try to be like, oh, I'm over here and it's over there. You got to just buckle in and do the work. All right?
Sometimes it's ugly.
Yeah.
But then, they're beautiful. I mean, come on, caterpillars aren't really pretty.
No.
But
they're majestic in a very unique way.
especially the ones on the tomato plants.
The pokey ones. But you're like, can I touch it?
And they'll, if you come up on it, it's all.
Cora's over here throwing hands with some bug life.
Oh my gosh, I used to get so afraid of the potato bug. Anybody want to get scared? Look up potato bug.
I love the roly-polies.
Oh, no. That's not a potato bug.
Oh, then I don't know what it is.
Oh, we're going to look it up when we're done.
Ew.
They are the scariest. And when I was a kid, I used to always, I'm still in dirt, gardening and stuff like that. In California, they were very popular. And I would be, doing my little dirt shit. And it would just pop up. And
That's funny.
They're so ugly.
Heather says, I feel attacked, big facts, and I'm working on it. Heather, you got it, honey. But before we say goodnight, you guys, we do have Manifest Your Intentions happening this Saturday night. And then we also have the Friday night insight. So all my card readers will be here at the Spirit Center. But what I wanted to say is thank you, everyone, for following my career, sharing love, tagging me in stuff, recommending me in things, sharing my website, tagging my businesses, writing positive reviews, just being so kind and loving. And like today, I had to reschedule 2 of my clients because I had to be at the hospital all day and deal with my aunt stuff and try to get some rest in between of being sick. And my clients today were so sweet and so loving and so understanding. So thank you for everyone who are human beings and that have love and compassion and just care. And again, it costs nothing to share this video, and it costs nothing to recommend somebody, and it costs you nothing to go and write a positive review, not just for me, but your hairstylist that you've been seeing for years, or your nail salon, or your doctor, or whoever, even your property managers. No one ever does a 5-star review on a property manager. My God. Or schools. That's crazy. I couldn't even believe you can Google review a school. It's crazy. You can. Some of them you can. Not well. You can include we're not getting into that. However,
I have to ask: does anybody want to see a potato bug?
No, Jesus Christ.
Are you ready?
Okay. Those are creepy.
Isn't that the scariest bug you've ever seen in your life? It does not turn into a butterfly. It's just an uglier bug.
Yeah. Anywho. So again, from the bottom of my heart, you guys, thank you so much for being so kind and so loving, and for just supporting me and supporting Kori and supporting the new metaphysical shop and everything that I do. You guys are so sweet and trusting me to do a reading regardless of the negative reviews and all of that mumbo jumbo. Listen, I'd rather people be upset over what it says in the terms and conditions that people click on and not over my gift and ability. Okay. So I love you guys.
Well, hopefully we'll see people Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you guys Friday at Manifest Your Intentions. But yeah, so go write positive reviews for me and everyone that because again, we're service providers. We're not robots. We're still human beings. All right.
No, because if I was a robot, I would not know how to turn myself on.
Jesus. All right, you guys, God bless. Remember to always love yourself and to be yourself. And we will see you guys next Tuesday at 6:00 Pacific Standard Time.
Or this Friday.
Mwah. Bye, you guys.